Joe and Teddy back here ringside in Shelton, Washington at the beautiful Little Creek Casino Resort. We're going 4 rounds in our next fight before we get to our main event. Landon Horseman taking on Ray Lampkin Jr. And there is Landon Horseman, 25 years old. He has a 5-inch height advantage, 5'11" to 5'6" in this matchup. Came in just under 140 pounds. A 1-0 record. He had 18 amateur fights, began boxing at age 19. He's now 25 years old. And he had his pro debut back on November 3rd of this past fall, winning a 4-round decision. Ray Lampkin Jr. is from Vancouver, Washington. He's 2-0. He started his career last March, fought again on November 3rd as well. 5'6", 139 pounds, began boxing at 8 years old and has the larger amateur background, 67-7 as an amateur. Was in the National Golden Gloves back in '03, got a bronze there. Was in the U.S. Championships, lost in the finals there in 2004 to Brandon Rios. Bobby Howard is the referee for this 4-round fight.
Gentlemen, you received your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect. Good, clean fight. Shake them up. Let's get it on.
Ray Lampkin at 29 years old had all that amateur experience.
Clean fight.
And then you wonder what happened not turning pro until 2012. Well, 7 years he was away from the game. He was hanging out in a bad environment, as he describes it. Gained 40 pounds, had to get back in training and get back to the sport. And he's done that in the course of the past year and a half in turning pro.
In my mind, I mean, they're both 4-rounders, 1-0, 2-0. Interesting matchup, maybe on you look at it, but in my mind, I think that Horseman is a big underdog, partly because of Lampkin's experience advantage in the amateur, even though he did have that long layoff from the sport, as you just said. But Lampkin, 74 amateur fights, and he was a pretty good amateur. He was at the top of the national list, some of the top in the country. And Horseman, a lot less amateur fights, only 18. So to me, big advantage. Lampkin, we'll see whether or not it plays out. It should play out, I would think, in confidence, in belief in himself, and of course, a little advantage for Lampkin being a southpaw.
Looking at southpaw jab out there, that right hand. So I'm trying to place the right hook early on.
The problem right now, Lampkin's looking for one big shot. He's using that southpaw jab to
there's
the left hand, but he's catching him with it, but that's what he's looking for. He's looking for that left hand, and that can be the power punch for a southpaw, because, Joe, that's the punch you can turn into. Just like an orthodox fighter can turn into the right hand. You can turn your back into it. And there's the left hand again from Lampkin. Lampkin's smart. He's controlling range. Not always using a stiff jab, but he's using a setup jab to set up the left hand, even to set up that right hook every once in a while. And of course, that right hook, and there it is. That right hook can be dangerous from a southpaw for an orthodox fighter, because the orthodox fighter's just not used to seeing that punch come from that angle. He has trouble picking it up. I like the way Lampkin is really intelligently moving around the ring and placing his punches.
Pretty good combination moments ago.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. He's putting them together, but I like the way he's looking to put accurate, well thought out punches. He's not wasting much.
Finish hit the bell, clean.
And one more for good measure to close out the first round. It was a good opening stanza for the 2-0, 29-year-old Ray Lampkin. Glad you're with us here on Friday Night Fights from the Pacific Northwest. Great people up here. But our attention the past couple days for most people has been down there in the southeast with Augusta. You're thinking golf this time of year.
Yeah, I am thinking a little bit about golf right now. I mean, you probably would never think that our fighters tonight actually have something in common with Tiger Woods and the rest of that Masters field, but they do.
Our main event fighters, Oscar Gonzalez, Rico Ramos.
Yeah, they do have something in common. They're all trying to get on the greens, and they all have different games to do it. I'll start with Gonzalez. Gonzalez's game, a lot of irons, a lot of woods, long game, an aggressive game. He will look to actually put Mr. Ramos in the sand traps with some body punches. He's a pretty good body puncher. And for Ramos, well, Ramos, he better make his putts. The short game. He's going to look to get quick combinations off, use those quick legs, and he does have quick legs. He's the quicker man of the two. Give angles, go in and out a little bit. And Joe, at the end of the night, oh, he gets hurt there. Lampkin gets hurt, goes down, and I was just about to say, I'm going to yell 4. And I think you can yell for it because
show me a strong walk.
Here comes a big shot.
Okay.
How about Landon Horseman, the clear underdog, just opening up the second round with a lead right hand, and then he caught Lampkin again. So he scores the knockdown in the opening moments of round 2. And now Lampkin trying to fire back.
So give credit to Horseman. Plenty of heart. Had a bad round the first round. Plenty of heart. But there's a reason for this. You get a little lackadaisical sometimes. In this case, Lampkin, you had a big round. I think you're much the superior fighter technically. You get a little careless, a little lazy, a little overconfident, and you get dropped. He's coming back pretty nicely now, Lampkin, and trying to show his class.
And there's a left hand and a right hook from Lampkin. As he's pressing forward, and he lands a left of his own. And now it's Horseman, who looks to be a bit in trouble here backing up.
Well, the problem with Horseman, he's tall, he's long, and he fights short. Joe, it's only an advantage if you use that height on the outside. But you get inside, you stand straight up. Well, you see it, then you're a big target. And right now, Horseman, a big target.
It was Lampkin who went down in the opening moments, but it's Horseman who's taken a sustained beating here in the midst of round number 2. Lampkin all over him.
Yeah, well, cream rises to the top, and the cream got sunk to the bottom of the glass at the beginning of this round, but it's rising to the top once again, and that cream is named Lampkin. Lampkin making his father proud right now. He's the son of Ray Lampkin, a former lightweight contender who challenged Roberto Duran for the title many years ago.
Another straight left from the determined southpaw. And a barrage of headshots with Horseman flush against the ropes. Right hook came in there. A left hand. A strafing attack from Lampkin Jr. A body shot gets in the mix. A sweeping left hand up top. A continuous attack.
If I'm Lampkin, I'm going to concentrate a little more on the body, and I'm going to try to rip an uppercut right up that middle. Well, let's take a look at the knockdown here. Lampkin comes out a little wide, and he gets caught in between that wide shot. And again, a little wide, and you see that shot, the right hand from the orthodox fighter come in between those wide shots of Lampkin. What do they say, Joe? What do I say a lot of times? The right hand is the southpaw killer. The right hand of Horseman put Lampkin down early in the round, but then Lampkin dominated. I mean, dominated the round to the point where you almost thought the referee was looking to step in there in spots. This is a very interesting round. At the very least, you can't go more than 10-9 for Horseman. Forget about the knockout.
I'd even go 10-9 the other way.
But I think that I'm going to go 10-9 for Lampkin.
I agree with you.
Because he dominated that round. Take away that one punch.
It's a 10-8 round, Liam.
Yeah, you take away that one punch and it's a 10-8 round for Lampkin. I mean, you're talking about 50, 60 punches versus one punch. I'm going with the 50, 60, and I'm making it 10-9. And I don't care who doesn't like it out there.
Could not agree with you more, Teddy. That would be the proper way to score that round. I know it's unconventional, but that's what that round was. CompuBox numbers in great support of that, as we just showed you moments ago. I mean, Lampkin dominated that second round, even though he went down in the first 10 seconds.
He got careless at the beginning. You know, he had a big first round, came out there, got a little wide, got a little fat with his punching. He paid a price, but then he really did straighten his ship out and get it sailing where he wants it to sail.
Body shot came in here.
Good body shot.
He's still feeling the effects of that body shot.
Yeah,
and Lampkin goes back to the body. And finally, Horseman takes a knee.
Horseman's taking a beat.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Hard to shake off those
10.
body shots. You know, the head shots, you can shake them off sometimes, but those body shots,
Give me a
they
chance.
stick around. They grab a hold of you. They stay with you.
Let me tell you what I loved out of Lampkin there, though, Teddy. He hit the first body shot, recognized enough that Horseman was affected, and went back there 2 or 3 times.
I like a lot about Lampkin. I really do. You know, I like his story. His father fought Roberto Duran on national TV. Got knocked out in the 14th round, a game effort against the great Roberto Duran. He was lightweight champ. He was dominating at that point in his life, at that point in his career. And Lampkin takes all that time off, as you said, comes back here, and he knows how to fight. You know, he's a guy that I'd like to see more of. Gonna take a look at the body shot. Left hand, the right hand jab mesmerizes him, sets it up a little bit. You know, he used that jab, Lampkin, just to distract him a little bit. You see that, and then he goes downstairs. And downstairs, again, a little feint upstairs. Real quick drop. And a delivery at the same time as the drop. Nothing wasted there by Lampkin. Pretty good technique by Lampkin. I had said the round before, if I'm going to corner Lampkin, I'm going to the body more. He went to the body, and the night's over.
Let's go up to the ring to Barry Egan.
The time, 1 minute, 48 seconds into round number 3 for the winner by knockout, and still undefeated out of Vancouver, Washington, Ray Lightning Jr. Lampkin.
Well, it was a fun fight, fun while it lasted. Ray Lampkin Jr., 3-0. We got the main event coming up for Friday Night Fights after this.